Think about black Republicans. What do they all have in common? They're rich. That's what they look at.
She's not
running for office. I'm talking about running for office, not the motherfuckers voting. That's the sheep.
Obama wasn't rich.
I know.
Jesse Jackson's not rich.
And I understand the same. That's why I'm not either one. That's why I'm independent.
Charlie Rangel's not rich.
But it's not a white or black thing. It's a rich and poor thing, and they don't like rich people telling them what to do.
But either
if they're white or black. So if they're black Republican, it don't matter. It's just another rich dude telling them what to do. So you got to stop looking at everything black and white. No.
So you're really gonna
no.
So you
Steve,
really
you could have clapped on that part, but thank you, Steve.
You really don't believe that black conservatives are given short shrift in the black community. Clarence Thomas, Condoleezza Rice, Colin Powell, all of these people who ought to be considered to be people to be proud of.
That's right.
Within the community, they are not considered people to be proud of.
Really, first of all, how do you prove that? Because none of these people ever ran in the office. They were all appointed. So how do you base that? What do you base that on?
Jokes that were made about Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice, Colin. You think they will lose if they ran for an election in a black community? That's what you're saying?
No, we're talking about the achievements.
That's who you named. Who you named? None of them ran. What are you basing it on? I'm on TV doing this every day. And I agree that most people are followers. So if you go to the South, most of the people in the South, white or black, vote the same way. Most of them. All the whites vote.
That's a legitimate point.
And so it's not.
What?
It's bigger than black and white. It's bigger than black and white. That's slowing us down from a real conversation about what it is, power and money. Hey guys,
it is power and money, but it
is
gonna
pop lock when I came at it.
It is also.
Sherrod is doing breakdancing in case anybody. All right, why don't you? While we're on the issue of race, I wonder a lot about the kind of way that black comics view the white comics and the white comics view the black comics. There's a difference in approach.
We don't view the black comics.
This is Amy Schumer. For instance, and black audiences. David Attell is widely considered by the white comics to be maybe one of the greatest comedians ever to live.
And they also consider Sarah Silverman one of the sexiest women on our planet.
The same name.
It's just funny.
What's your point?
It's just funny.
So, but yet, black audiences, are not David Attell's audience. Why is that?
Because it's like like any other. It's like just like a lot of white people don't like Tyler Perry. It's because it's your life. It's like something that you get to see a part of like a group that you don't get to see a part of unless you're part of it. You understand what I'm saying? No. And it might not relate to you. Like a lot of stuff that David Attell talk about being a Jewish dude in Long Island, some of it you're not going to relate to.
But he doesn't talk much about that.
But I'm just saying having that point of view, though, coming from that and seeing things that made him question it. But I think he's across the board funny. I think he's got not as many black fans as white, but I think he has a huge amount of black fans.
I think he does too.
I don't think you can be on TV and not have that.
I think we should weigh in on this.
This is Godfrey. Wikipedia says American.
Hey, look, you got to explain us through Wikipedia. Like we don't know us.
From BTV, Comedy Central.
He's retarded.
Wikipedia?
Zoolander.
That stinks. Oh, that's what they put on the board.
Godfrey's parents
that's not
migrated to the United States from Nigeria to escape the Nigerian Civil War.
Listen, Larry King.
He received an academic scholarship from the University of Illinois.
What is this? Stinks.
Okay, and he's on the varsity football team.
Really, I'm still playing. He's
the worst.
Dumb read.
So are you saying that where Chris
what did I come into?
That you don't think there's any difference in the sensibility of black audiences and white audiences?
Yes, it is.
Explain it.
Because you get comfortable, you laugh and stuff at things that make you comfortable and things that you're used to and things that you can relate to. And a lot of things that Dave, like his sensibilities, maybe some black audiences wouldn't relate to it. But I can't say that it does or not because I haven't seen it
before.
Yes, I'm sure, and I'm sure
Dave
he killed.
Used to do on Sundays at the Boston Comedy Club.
Yes,
he would come up on Sundays because Dave,
murder a ball black room
because David
talent was hosting. That's
David
how black
would use the word the N word. He would say the word, go nigga, oh damn racism. he's
and kill.
And everybody,
And
oh, the
kill.
black man is mad at the Jewish man. But it was like, but black people loved it because he was bold and he was himself.
Exactly.
The one thing
You
that
just
black
assuming it.
audiences like is when you're yourself and you're not afraid to be yourself.
Exactly.
I like the fact that Dave never panders. Like, I don't like the white comics that pander and act black.
Yes.
And black people fall
Makes
for
me
it like a bunch
sick.
of slaves. I don't like when they do
they
that.
don't fall for it.
Yes, what?
Yeah, they do.
Are you
They
kidding
do?
me?
Oh,
Honest
yes.
John, Gary Owens,
Some
I
of the
can name a
biggest.
bunch of them.
I
Yes,
wouldn't
you go
fall
on this
for it.
road.
I've seen this happen where
I
it'll
would
be
be
a
offended
black,
by it.
Ralphie May?
Ralphie May. It'll be a white comic doing black stuff, but then you'll get a black comic who's probably smart, and they'll boo the black comic for being smart, and they'll be just praising the white boy because he was like, I like chocolate.
Yeah, that's black people. We will do that.
But you know what? You
That white
gotta
boy
give them. You
hilarious.
gotta
Yeah,
give
we
them.
would
You
we
gotta
would
still
totally
give
do
them
that.
the right stuff.
I mean, there's different levels of black
Do
audiences.
black audiences
too.
like Seinfeld?
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
I
Very
never
much
saw
so.
Seinfeld.
Why do you think they were offended when Michael Richards went
Said
on
the
that
thing,
outrage?
exactly.
That black people were in the streets going, man, I can't believe Fraser, whatever his name is.
Yeah, what
Kramer.
was his name?
Kramer did what he did, but black audience, of course, they like Seinfeld. You know
Listen,
what I mean?
I work
But-
with a lot of black people, and none of them watch
I've never-
Seinfeld.
I don't-
No, that's not
Rosalyn,
true. But because they're always working for
Because
you.
yes,
They
they're
don't have
around
to.
Jews all day. They're
You're
around
always like
Jews.
this. What are you doing? We're watching Seinfeld. Get on that stage and play those dumb songs that we play every day.
Exactly.
But I,
I know it's a great show.
Yeah.
I know it's a great show and everything, but I don't know.
Let me tell you about
I know.
let Godfrey
I
go.
started in Chicago. I started at Bernie Mac's Club in Chicago. It was a cotton club on the south side of Chicago. Black audience, everybody. It was different levels. It was pimps, hustlers, but then
Pimps
there was the
and hoes.
bourgeois.
Pimps,
But there
hoes.
was the bourgeois type of people.
Right.
It was different
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah. Right.
And the thing is funny, but I do know this, that black audiences usually, they like this cadence, this black cadence.
Because it's a
you
flow. It's just like music.
talk
You gotta
about
have a
spanking your
rhythm.
kids.
You gotta have a black
talk
room
about,
rhythm.
sex. There's certain
Right.
things that there's a three like major subjects that
Yeah.
black audiences want to hear. And if
Yeah.
you come up as a black comedian and you talking about, even Chris Rock didn't get the respect he did from black audiences right away because he had a lot of highbrow stuff. But then when whites accepted him, and then when he really blew up, blacks were like, "Oh no, we love Chris Rock."
Okay, then,
You know what I mean?
You actually,
They
you
wanna
actually
hear
hit
that
it.
cadence
There's certain
sometimes.
You
comedians.
gotta bring them out that hole.
There's certain black
Yeah.
comedians, Chris Rock, Pryor, Patrice,
Yeah.
who have a big crossover
Yeah.
appeal. There's other black comedians like Kevin Hart and you probably know them.
Cat Williams.
They really.
Oh, I love
they have
him.
They have
He
a
is
lot
black.
of trouble jumping the barrier to a crossover
Yeah,
appeal.
he's
Why
a
is
very
that?
black artist.
I know why.
It might be material and flow.
I think I know why.
It is
It's
material.
because they don't have to make money trying to be crossover. Cat Williams sells out 8,000 seaters
That
with
guy-
black people.
Hey, I love him.
Mike Epps, who was my former roommate, he sells out theaters. It's all thugs. All the thugs empty out the neighborhoods to go see Mike Epps. And
Yeah.
he's
So
making
if you're
money.
making money, why
should I have
should
to
you have
leave?
to
So
Like
you're
Russell
saying Chris
Peters.
Rock is like calculated about crossing over? That's not.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I think he
But you
was
gotta be
very
smart to
calculated
know.
and very
I think
smart.
I think he's talking about the stuff he really wants to talk about.
Of course he is.
Well, Chris Rock was doing
But-
a Tonight Show back
But
in the day.
that's everything that everybody talks about. Everybody talks about the same thing. Everybody gets the same newspaper. Everybody gets the same daily news. Everybody talks about the same thing.
I think
it ain't a black-white thing.
I think Chris Rock, even when he hosted Def Comedy Jam, there's one where he hosted.
Yeah, I remember
he was
that.
Remember, he was doing highbrow stuff, man. And
I
he
think,
was
I think he's one of the
Because-
most, maybe the highest brow comic out there.
because
black
once they
audience-
understand your sensibility,
But the
they get in
masses
tune
did
with
not
you.
accept Rock for
Not
a
at
while.
first, right. He
At
had to
first,
work
they
it.
did not accept him. I love. He's highbrow and he doesn't
the
go
best.
with the norm. You know what? And you know what?
let us speak.
I think, listen,
No,
You asked about Cat Williams.
Yeah.
On appealing to white audience. Why the question is not why is Seinfeld not appealing to more black audiences in stand up?
okay, I'm asking you that.
I'm asking you
Well,
that.
Seinfeld's a very,
My question is, who
very
cares?
plain. white-
I think that black audiences.
Because he don't have to.
I think that
He doesn't. Right. He doesn't have
Because he
to.
does not have
I think
to.
Godfrey kind of touched on it, and I see the same thing in music. Black audiences like entertainers who are a little more boisterous and a little and
gregarious and-
Well, that's our culture.
who carry themselves more as entertainers.
Right. That, well,
Yeah.
general.
It's like Chrissy said in an interview. He's like, when I go to concert halls and arenas, I look at who was there before, and it's like a fucking Bon Jovi, and it's some big ass band, the Beatles, and now here I come, one dude with a mic on a stage. These motherfuckers are used to seeing shows, big shows. So you gotta give them a
if
show.
I could just talk a
No
little
matter
bit
if it's
about.
black or white.
Let Dan.
Oh, just Godfrey's point about white people stealing black culture, and I'm not.
truth.
Well, I think it's a very complicated question in terms of
Milton Berle stole from black comics and would come downtown.
I've had
He would
black
go to
people steal
Harlem
from me.
and but it's true. He would go uptown, Milton Berle, because black comedians in the early 1900s could not perform around. They was in vaudeville, but Milton Berle, the white comics, Eddie Cantor, all of those guys used to go to black rooms, steal it, and come back and do all the shows that all the theaters and make all the money.
Can we let the white guy say?
As Sherrod says, Jewish,
Cantor.
only white on the coast, but we happen to be on the coast.
Right.
I
agree.
But I'm not a musician. But let's talk about music. First of all, the piano.
Yeah,
I believe was a white invention. I'm not 100% certain. Can we?
Where was it invented? Have some facts, bud.
It's like before
where the piano.
Can we look at where the piano was invented?
You don't know that.
The banjo was African.
You don't know
If I knew we were going to have this discussion, I would have prepared the facts.
The
I didn't know we were going
banjo
to have
is
this.
African.
Please relinquish.
Anything before like 1830, white men invented everything.
Listen,
we didn't have a right to anything.
Can I say something?
Music was not invented by white men.
I didn't say it was invented by white people, but we all have a role to play. To dismiss white people as thieves of black culture is simplistic.
Because they have the power to do that.
Godfrey, first of all, I want to say one thing. One of the things I don't like about podcasts, everybody's screaming all over each other. So we have to have some sort of order here. You want to continue to talk about racial issues, considering it's the only.
Yes, I do. Were we talking about the plight of black comedians versus white ones? Did we do that?
Yeah.
We did. You did that
No, we didn't do it. We was in the middle of it.
As the black Republican, I think we should move on.
No, I want to talk about what Patrice used to tell me about.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Because
let's not talk over each other, please.
All right. Well, I thought you wanted to get exciting. Okay. Sorry, Dan, for over talking. Okay, here we go. Now, Patrice, may rest in peace. Patrice, the last time I talked, that's right. The last time I talked to Patrice was after the roast,
right?
And the Charlie Sheen roast, and he goes, "You know what's so funny? It's like they set me up to fail.
Yes,
they set me up to fail.
Told me the same story.
Black comedian at the end because he goes when he was doing the roast, when he was talking about Jeselnik and all these other, he's like, I'm really sick of your little comfort. I don't like how comfortable you are. You're average and you're white and you're making it.
He said, you're an open micer where I come from.
Yeah.
But what he was saying was, what is it with black comics? We got to be, I want to say, we got to be super niggas in comedy in order to make it. We can't just be average like a lot of these white dudes can be mad average and make it and write on all these shows.
I'll tell you,
we got to be super. Hold on, we got to be super niggas. And then when we get one dude that blows up, we're always compared to that one black dude.
That's true now.
Dan, you want to answer
I
that?
want to say that this is show business, and what that means is it's the most unmeritocratic bullshit scam of a business.
That's true.
Whether you're white, black, and if you're Asian, forget it because nobody wants shit to do with it.
Unless you can kick.
We got Russell Peters.
Unless you can kick or
Well, thank God Russell Peters is Indian, and there are no Indian comics but 3 of them. And Russell Peters and Indians are comprise 2/3 of the planet.
Right.
So he's good. I wish I were like Chinese, I'd be straight. But
they
black
will.
I
I don't know if they're giving Jeselnik the comfortable spot on the roast, but I know the spot they're giving me. You know what that spot is? Get the fuck out of this roast, because you ain't getting within 100 miles of this motherfucking roast.
I'm not saying that he pointed out Jeselnik. He pointed out Jeselnik. I'm just saying he was sort of like symbolic for just what Patrice used to always tell me about. I remember Patrice was saying, what did black comics do to deserve this kind of treatment? What did we do as black people?
What did comics without
black comics? What did black comics do to deserve this kind of treatment? Only being ghetto comics. We always got to be ghetto. If you're an intelligent comic, then they don't know what to do with you. I mean, he was really stressed.
What is that show business, man? What did I do? What did I do to
Don't talk over each other.
It's okay to complain about it because that's what we do.
You're right. But what did not cool, spiky-haired hipsters do, Dan Naturman, me, to deserve being shown the door in this business?
And you're Jewish, and I'm not getting this right now,
because the Jews don't help Jews. That's what people don't get.
That's not true.
Go in front of the camera. That's
Jews
true.
don't help Jews.
I try to help Jews.
In front of the camera? Are you kidding me? In front of the camera?
Really?
In front of the camera?
I'm just asking. No, to help me out.
Does it look like they're helping Jews?
Jews don't help Jews.
Not because they're Jewish.
Black Hollywood is worse.
Did Seinfeld help? He
I don't think
Tom
anybody-
Papa was his boy. You know.
Papa.
Hold on.
He ain't.
I don't think anybody should help anybody
saying-
based on their skin color.
Their skin color. No, but
he sound like a dude who didn't.
It's true,
just-
but I
ought
wish
not
stuff
to.
were equal.
They shouldn't.
And it's
Oh, you know
they
what? Okay.
shouldn't. But if things
Show
were
business
equal,
is so unequal.
it's so
Can
unequal.
we get
Like,
real
I
here?
think-
Can we get real here?
Yeah,
Let's
I
talk
want to
about
get
it,
as
goddamn.
real as we can. Come
Right,
on,
yeah, and
let's
I'm not,
talk about
I'm
it.
not complaining that
Dan?
Seinfeld helped Pop
Dan?
up, but Jews, and it's not like a secret handshake
Dan,
and you're in.
Who's the host?
You know.
Larry David's Jewish.
Guys, it's,
All right.
They went together.
there's a host here. You got to relinquish.
Go ahead.
The black comics are disgruntled here on a regular basis.
Yes.
Godfrey actually said to me one day that he thought I was trying to get rid of the black comic.
Yes, I did.
Sherrod.
I wouldn't say as far as get rid of.
Just kind of sort of
hold on,
control
almost
it.
finished.
Control.
We have a thing, when my father was alive, he had a bunch of friends of his, Norton. There's a few, like 6 or 7 comics here, and they were my father's friends. He hung out with them, and he at some point said they don't.